going down, everybody? It's your boy, Nerdy White Guy. And tonight, we are about to tell a motherfucking story, y'all. But before we tell a story, I think I gotta get more comfortable. Now that I got more comfortable, man, let's start off with this shroom story, huh? Let me get my smoke, because I'm gonna need that for this story. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a story about when me and my buddy, we went and we took shrooms for his 18th birthday. Now, I'm pretty bad with years, so this was like 2009, 2010, somewhere around that time, right? And his birthday is in February. And I was with my wife at the time, and I told him, I was like, hey man, for your 18th birthday, we are going to go to the casinos. Now, in Seattle, we have little strip casinos, and you only have to be 18 years or older to get into these. You can't drink or anything, obviously, but you can get in, you can gamble, and you can hang out, and you can basically have your own little party that way. So I was always going to these casinos because my mom, she's actually a pit boss at one of the bigger ones. So I knew everybody. I knew all the dealers. I knew all the eyes in the sky, all the security guys, everything like that. I just knew everybody. So I was like, man, we're going to go to the casino. We'll go to Uncle's house. We'll go grab some shrooms, man, and we are going to trip balls. So I end up meeting him at my uncle's house. We go there. And then we end up picking up our mushrooms, and we each get an eighth each, which is 3.5 grams a piece, and we eat them. And, you know, they take about 20 to 30 minutes to kick in. So we're eating them on the way to my wife's work, but at the time she was my girlfriend. So she ends up giving us a ride to the casino. And as soon as we arrived to the casino, I start feeling it a little bit, you know, and I was like, oh man, dope. And as soon as we arrived to the casino, I meet up with our friend, Lissa Rabbit and Teddy. Now, Teddy's the security guy. Lissa, she was the lady that runs like the security cameras, kind of looking around. I kind of told her, I was like, hey, look out for us tonight, man, because we are going to be tripping balls, and we're going to be at the poker tables. So me and Dave, we get in there, we get our chips. We're kind of waiting for our turn, you know, because the tables are fucking completely filled. And at this time, I want to say the Olympics were going on, something like that. There was something crazy going on, and we were sitting there. It was like the Olympic trial. I want to say it was the Olympics, man. It had to have been. So we're sitting there, we're watching this, and everything just kind of hits me at once, man. And I kind of look at my buddy Dave, and I'm like, hey, bro, are you feeling this shit yet? He's like, yeah, man, we have not gotten our seats at the table yet. And I was like, all right, fucking dope. I've already given him my money. You know, I just gotta wait, sit there. You know, I'm getting Sprite. You get free drinks when you go to the casino. So my buddy, you know, it's his birthday, so I end up letting him sit down first. So he sits down, and then I end up sitting down, and we're right across from each other, and we stare at each other, and you could just tell, man. I started giggling, and you know when you're tripping really, really hard, where you just laugh so hard at everything, and your cheeks just start to hurt, you start crying from laughing. That's about the stage I was at, sitting at this fucking goddamn table. So me and my buddy were sitting there, and the dealer, he starts dealing. But this dealer, his form was so good, right? And he was actually known for how good his form was. I want to say his name was like Gary, something like that. Gary or Jerry. And the way he dealt, it was super quick, super that. And you know, when you take the money, you know, because they take like $2 or $3 out of every poker thing to actually give to the house, out of every pot. So he sticks it in, boom, 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 boom. He looked like a fucking robot, y'all, right? So I'm like, oh my God, dude, this guy looks fucking crazy. Me, I don't even care about the cards at this point, right? I'm just like, oh, dude, I'm ready for a cigarette, because I smoked cigarettes back then. So I go outside, I tap David, I'm like, hey, bro, you should come outside with me, man. I'm feeling this shit. I'm feeling this shit, bro. So he comes outside, and he's like, bro, doesn't that guy look like a fucking robot, dog? And I'm like, dude, he's just going through it. And dealers, they're quick as fuck, and they know what the fuck they're doing, right? So, and we are just sitting there just losing our shit over it. So we go inside, I ended up busting out, right? I ended up fucking losing my money. Honestly, I didn't give a fuck about it. So I'm outside smoking with Lissa. David comes running out. He's like, dog, I just got the fucking high hand. It only has to last another fucking 20 minutes. He got 4 4s, you know, and I think the high hand paid like $300 that night. And for us, that was a shit ton of money at the time. So we're fucking sitting there waiting for him. You know, he ends up busting out, so we gotta wait another 10 minutes. Hopefully he wins this high hand so he gets some extra money. So then he can either gamble more or we can just leave out of there and fucking ease up money. Swear to God, they call last hand. David's like, fuck yeah, man, we got this. Do this and that. A motherfucker ends up getting a straight flush, right? And it was the wildest shit, man. So as we're sitting there fucking just like really bummed out, tripping hard that he just lost his chance to win the money, right? We're watching the Olympics, and I don't know if you guys remember this Olympics. Tell me if you guys remember this, but it was like Japan had all the 3 front spots, or the front 4 spots, or something like that. Or maybe it was Korea, or somebody had the front spots. And it was, man, I forget their names, but it was the 2 Americans. One of them's really well known. He's got like the hippie boy hair. He's from here in Washington. Fuck, what's his name? I don't know his name, y'all. But his ass. And this is when all it was like either the Koreans or the Japanese, they ended up all sliding out. And we ended up taking second and third, but they took like first, right? Well, keep in mind, we're at a casino, man. This place is fucking packed brim with Asians rooting for these motherfuckers on the thing, hoping that the Americans lose. As soon as they slid out, us tripping balls on shrooms start cheering hella loud. Yeah, dude, this and that. And you can hear fucking all the groans of all these people just so pissed off that just happened. And we're sitting there cheering. Yeah, dude, yeah, man, fuck yeah. So we end up going outside to smoke a cigarette with Lissa, man. It was actually her break. She's like, come on out before you guys leave, come hang out. And she's like, man, David, I saw what happened to you, man. That's fucked up. He got you on the last hand. He's like, I know, fuck it. So we end up going from there, and you can walk. So it's right on Aurora. And Aurora's like a main highway right down there in North Seattle area. So we ended up taking Aurora like some hookers, you know, just kept on walking down to my wife, so Tara, to her work. So we end up going to her work saying hi, you know, I end up saying I love you, you know, this and that. And we end up going across the street to Burger King. Now at Burger King, I always get super hungry when I'm tripping. I do not know why, but I always do. So we end up getting to Burger King. I end up getting some food, a large-ass chocolate shake. My buddy's getting the same thing. Ordering it went fine. But keep in mind, man, we are tripping, bro. So everything is super bright. We come in here, dude, and all the colors are just popping. Everything is just super bright and beautiful, man. So I ordered a shit ton of food. And the only reason why I know I ordered a shit ton of food, and I remember that to this day, because I ended up carrying out a whole bunch of it with me. So we're sitting there, finally get our food, and my buddy, he's sitting right here, I'm sitting right here, and the counter is right behind me. And we hear the people kind of talking, me and him are eating just fucking grubbing, bro. The person behind me doesn't sound like they're speaking English, right? And I fucking looked at my buddy, right? I was like, and I was like, man, are they speaking English? He looks up and he says, nah, bro, like super fucking serious. As soon as he says that, we continue eating. These people behind us say something in plain fucking English. Like, hello, or yes, I would like to have the cheeseburger. You know, just something super fucking American, and like they were super white people. And me and him just started laughing so hard, and that McDonald's, everyone started kind of looking at us. I was like, oh man, we got to get out of here, bro. And I'm chugging this milkshake. And as I get like a bag to kind of take everything with me, you know, I'm chugging this milkshake, and outside it's pretty cold. It's February. It's probably 30-something degrees out. I don't know what it is with me and tripping when it's freezing out, but I always do it. And I go outside, and the combination of the coldness of the drink And me stepping outside in that coldness freaked me out, dude. I don't know what happened, but I felt like I was gonna like fucking pass out or something. So I was like, oh hell no, I can't go out there right now, bro. And he's like, what are you doing, dog? Let's go, we gotta leave, this and that. And I was like, all right, I'll go out there, but I gotta sit down as soon as I get out there. So we get out there, sit down, kind of chill. I go to spark a cigarette. Dude, it's my last fucking cigarette. It's adventure time, right? So we gotta cross the street to get some cigarettes at the Albertsons. So we cross the street. We end up getting inside. I said, hey, I would like a pack of, I think I was smoking the Marb Smooths back then. Ugh. But, so I was smoking the Marb Smooths, and I was like, yeah, I'd like to get a pack of Marb Smooths. They checked my ID, they checked this. I was like, oh man, those were a little cheaper than usual. Get the pack of cigarettes. As soon as I'm crossing the door, the threshold of the door, I realized they gave me the little pack of 72s. And I look at them, and I tap David. I'm like, hey, bro, is that me, or are these pack of cigarettes really small, my dude? He's like, dude, they look super fucking small. So we fucking end up turning around, and I go back inside, and I'm like, hey, I think you sold me like a half a pack of cigarettes, my dude. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? The guy on the front. And I was like, can I exchange these for a different kind? I'll pay the difference, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's like, nah, man, as soon as you take them out of the store, you can't give them back. And I was like, what? I've never heard of this rule before in my life. But I ain't going to argue. I said, fuck it, I'm just going to take the pack of cigarettes. I wasn't going to buy another pack from them because they just fucked me over. And I didn't want to get another half a pack of cigarettes. So we just left. So we sit there, smoke a little bit, wait for Tara to get off of work. As soon as Tara gets off of work, she comes over, says that she loves us. Me and David are sitting there just giggling high, and Tara's like, oh, you guys are so fucking cute, man. I tell her to this day, I'm like, that's the night that you fell in love with me, man. Because me and Dave were just giggling, and we, it's like the bromance thing when you're tripping with your buddy. You're just having a good-ass time. So she ends up taking off, going home. At the time, she lived with her grandma. I was living with my mom. And from Kmart to my mom's is probably a good 3.5, 4 mile walk. And it is shorter if you end up cutting through the cemetery. So we end up walking. And people who know the area that I'm talking about, we're talking about Aurora, right there by Krispy Kreme. And then there's that big-ass cemetery right down there, right down there by 100th Avenue in Aurora. So there's that big-ass cemetery. So we're crossing through there. And I'm like, man, I want to get stoned, man. Let's find a spot to smoke real quick. And all stoners will relate to this. Because you just find, especially back then, you just find somewhere to smoke that's out of the area. So we just fucking basically hid underneath this tree. And the crazy thing about this tree, it was like 3 trees all grown into one. So it was a big ass tree, and it was the biggest tree on the cemetery. And we're walking through the cemetery, and I was telling him, I was like, dog, this place is for sure fucking haunted, dog. He's like, nah, man, don't even talk like that. We just need to get through here. And I was like, dog, let's smoke real quick. Let's smoke in this building. And there was like I don't know, dude. It was like we probably couldn't even got in there if we decided to, but it was like a fucking cemetery building. And I was like, dude, let's go in there and get fucking stoned. He's like, no, man, let's just go underneath this tree right here. So we're sitting under there, getting hella stoned. And at this point, the shrooms are like peak fucking level, right? So we're sitting there getting stoned. And I was like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if this tree just came alive and ate us, bro? And David's like, nah, this tree couldn't fucking eat us. It's all raining, pouring on us. So he's starting to fucking light it. Like, what you gonna do, tree? And I was like, bro. Now, I'm not proud of this next couple minute or so that I'm about to tell you, all right? But it did happen, so I have to tell you guys because it is part of the story. So we're sitting underneath that tree. He starts lighting it. I'm like, bro. Let's make the news, bro. He's like, what do you mean? What do you mean make the news? I was like, dude, let's go. Let's grab some gasoline. Ah, shit, I'm a fucking idiot. Let's go grab some gasoline, bring it back, set this big ass tree on fire. Dude, that shit is making the news for sure. We got a fucking tree on fire in the middle of a grave. People are gonna be going crazy over that shit. We'll be revolutionary, I think is a word that I said. So we end up talking about it, arguing back and forth, and he's like, dude, I don't think this shit will even light, man. So he's sitting there with this lighter fucking... He's like, man, this shit ain't gonna light, this and that. And I was like, no, bro, if we get gas, it will light. I promise you. So we end up leaving there, getting back to the cemetery, and right about this time, we're on Greenwood Ave. And Greenwood Avenue, on certain nights was pretty popping, you know, because there's a whole bunch of bars and shit. Just, you know, there's, you know, a lot of drunk people, this and that. So we're walking, and we hear these guys, man, and we swear to God these guys are about to fight, right? Like, I swear. Like, to this day, I don't know how I got this so mixed up. So these guys, they come out of the bar, and one dude is like, dude, I thought he was screaming at this other dude, right? Fucking getting in his face and shit, did this and that. And I end up saying, hey man, what's the problem, bro? And he kind of looks, they both look, and they're like, what do you mean, what is our problem? You got a problem? And I was like, no man, why are you yelling at him like that? He's like, I wasn't yelling at him. I just asked him for a cigarette and a lighter. I was like, oh man, my bad. I'm sorry about this. So as we're walking down Greenwood, we're just noticing all this random shit. And, you know, we see a crackhead go across the road. You know, we see fucking 14, 15 tweakers. And we're just walking, enjoying ourselves, man. And the last thing that I remember from this night is actually going into Subway. And I had all my food with me still, right? But I think David had to use the bathroom. So we ended up going into Subway. And I don't know if you guys know, but when you walk into Subway, you got all those fucking, like, vegetables and shit on the bottom of the counter. I walk in, my eyes lock in with that, and it was just color overload. And David's sitting there, hey, can I use the bathroom? Hey, it's for only paying customers, this and that. And I was like, hey, what if we give you a bowl? He's like, all right, yeah, then you can use it then. And I told David, I'm like, dude, I can't sit in here, man. I got to go outside. It is just fucking overload in here. So I go outside, standing there, kind of relaxing. I notice something flapping on the ground. I think it's a napkin or whatever. And it just keeps on catching my attention. I was like, man, what the fuck is that? So I walk over, and it is $100 bill, y'all. Keep in mind, we're young. $100 at this point is so fucking crucial. That's going to get us partying for the next 2 days, you know? So I'm waiting for David, and I can't believe what I'm seeing. I don't think it's actually $100. I think it's fucking napkins or something. I'm just fucking tripping, because I never trust myself when I'm high. I just don't. I'm like, nah, man, that shit can't be real. He comes out. I'm like, hey, bro, what is this? He's like, it's $100, bro. Where'd you get that? I thought you only had $20 or something left. I was like, dude, I just found this shit right here, bro, and no. He's like, dude, let's go. So we end up going back to the house, my mom's house, that is, getting super stoned, relaxing. And that's kind of the last that I remember of that night. But that is a night that if me and David are together and you get us a little tipsy or something, that is a story that will always come out. And we'll tell it 15, 16 different ways. He has his little spin on it. One of these days I'd like to get him on here just so we can actually, you know, tell some stories together, because he's been around for some of the funniest shit that has ever happened to me. You know, and we love talking about conspiracies, all this fucking crazy shit that's going on, especially like this Iran shit, man. I'd love to get him over here for that, man. Let me talk about some shit, bro. But, yeah, that's everything, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that shit. If you guys did, please smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. I'm going to continue doing these little stories. I'm not the best at them. I'm not the best with my words yet. I'm not the best at flowing with the conversation quite yet. But practice makes perfect, and that's what this is. We practicing, brother. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Let's get it, y'all.